Let's get started. For those of you who are watching the replay, thank you. And for those of you who are here, windy and cold, sunny. I know, you know what? As long as there's sun, that's what I say. It's like it can snow, the rain is, but like it can snow, it can be freezing, but like as long as there's sun, I'm good. I have my lights on because I need the sunshine, and there is no sun. So I'm really happy for you that you have sun. Okay. So, the topic for today is what does alignment mean for you in 2026? And I'm really grateful. I was thanking everybody for watching the replay, and I'm thankful to those of you who were able to jump into the live today. Just super excited to be talking about this. It's good for me to continue to have this conversation. I've been having it a lot with myself and sticky noting and workshopping with myself, but I really enjoy talking about it in more group settings and hearing from other people. So, like all of my stuff, please feel free. Please do engage in the chat. Um, comment, questions, engage with each other. Just use this time and space for yourself to connect with others and learn and grow. So, the topic of alignment is one that I often talk about. I go back and forth about calling myself an alignment coach. I'm still debating whether or not to go with that in 2026. But welcome, Mary. Thanks for coming. But in any case, alignment is it's a topic that is very near and dear to me and something that I really very much focus on in all the work that I do. And today I really wanted to take a few minutes. I'm hoping to keep this like 20 minutes, 25 minutes. Take a minute to really pause and think about what alignment means for each and every one of us as we head into 2026 and how to make decisions now that are going to help you stay in alignment, right, as we enter into this new year. And making decisions that match who you are instead of what the internet thinks that you should buy, right? So I wanted to set the stage and talk about what I like to call the November, December problem. It's really like November, December, January, but every like beginning of November time, the same thing happens. I don't know about you, but give me a heart in the chat if you found that suddenly everyone online becomes a self-appointed guru and a planning expert. It's unbelievable. You see these Black Friday sales and New Year's sales and planning workshops and programs that are marked down to like 70%, and this endless pressure to get ready for the greatest year ever. 2026 is going to be the greatest year yet if you just buy and fill in the blank, right? And people get really pulled into these sales and discounts and exciting, shiny objects because urgency really works and scarcity works. And the fear of falling behind is a really legitimate thing. But here's the truth. Most of the programs that people buy at this time of year actually have nothing to do with what their true aligned goals are. Okay? They are distractions, and they drain your money and they drain your energy and your attention, and they are pulling you away from the work that you really need to be doing. Now, I want to say something to this. It doesn't mean that the stuff that we're buying are things that are wrong or bad. It just means that if you sat down with yourself and wrote down exactly what your goals were and what you were trying to accomplish in the next 3 months or 6 months, a lot of the things that we buy don't necessarily have what to do with or don't align with getting us to those goals. So yes, as a content, someone who needs to be creating content, it's very important for me to stay on top of my game when it comes to content creation. But me, Tamar Stolt, I don't need to be investing in a $5,000 program that enhances my video animations and creations because that's not what I need to be focused on. But it looks really exciting and it's marked down to only $19.99, right? Like $1,000, $999. So what I want to talk about is remembering that we need to put the pause button on and stop and think about who am I? What am I trying to do? Right. And making sure that once I have those answers, which by the way, is a lifetime's worth of work and is a constant iterative process of redefining because that changes because we change and the world changes, right? But just keeping that at the center focal point of everything that we do, understanding who we are and what we're doing. And with that, we can then make decisions that are aligned with who we are and what our, business objective goals are. Okay. So today I want to offer something a little bit different. What I want to really talk about and work together on is this concept of alignment And remembering that it's something that's really simple, right? It means that you're making decisions that match who you are and what you want and how you work best. And it means that you are going to stop outsourcing your direction to self-appointed gurus who barely know you, right? I use this term a lot, these self-appointed gurus, because um, so much of what goes on in the online training marketing space, a lot of it's the same stuff, right? And I think what's really important is to remember that whoever thinks they know you, you know yourself better. And yes, I can tell you from personal experience, whenever I have coaches that have told me, Tamar, you know yourself, I have so many times responded, but I don't. But I really, I don't know what's best for me. I don't know myself. I don't know, I don't know. And I fall into that a lot. But when I sit down and I pull out my favorite sticky notes, it really helps me to get unstuck and to keep on going. And so what I want to do today is really take time to pull out our sticky notes. If you didn't have an opportunity to get sticky notes, go grab sticky notes and a pen or a Sharpie. And this is what I want to do today. Um, if you are building a business in 2026, then at this point, every decision that you are going to make needs to support your next step and not support someone else's blueprint. Okay. So it means when I say to stop outsourcing your direction to self appointed gurus who think that they know what's best for you, really, you know what's best for yourself. And even if you don't know what you're building, and even if you don't feel that you know yourself, when you sit down and you tune out all the noise with a post-it note and a Sharpie, you will be amazed by what you can come up with. True. Um, okay, so when we start to make decisions from a place of alignment, you're going to see that you feel much more calm. Okay, you'll feel calm, you'll feel more grounded and intentional. And the decisions don't suddenly create like panic or pressure. They actually create clarity. And so, what I want to do is I want to walk you through a short visual exercise that we're going to do to help us anchor this idea and concept of alignment before the year ends. Okay. So, for the people who just joined, welcome. A quick recap. Basically, we're talking about alignment because we're in the middle of December, and I don't know about you, but I like to call the November-December problem, where suddenly the entire online marketing, training, coaching space, everyone turns into self-appointed gurus who are selling their top programs. Their top tier level programs are on like 80% discount. Grab it now or you'll never get the chance, right? And it's like we fall for this sense of urgency. We fall for this fear of feeling like we're left behind when really we're investing in things that just are shiny objects and that have absolutely nothing to do with who we are and what we're trying to build. So I want to just offer this time and this space for you to really stop, to disconnect from all those self-appointed gurus, the loud, shiny objects, the people who are telling you what they think that you should be doing, right? And to stop, to reconnect with yourself. Say hello to yourself. Woo! It gets really loud and noisy out there. Right. And we're going to pull out our sticky notes and we're going to do a quick visual exercise to help us really keep this, idea in center focus. So I'm going to give you all a minute to go grab your sticky notes and your Sharpies or your pens. And we are going to get started. So you're going to actually, just for this exercise, need 2 sticky notes. Okay. Two sticky notes. We're going to start with the first sticky note. And I would like for you to write on the top of the first one, aligned for 2026. Okay? So it should be like this, aligned for 2026. It's backwards. At the top of your post-it note. Okay? And then what I want you to do is I would like for you to write one goal or direction that you want next year that feels truly aligned with who you are. Okay? Something that you want because you want it, not because someone's trying to sell it to you. Okay? And I'm going to give you about a minute to complete this. And I also just want to put out there, this is something that I do with my one-on-one coaching clients that we work for hours on. So don't beat yourself up if you're sitting here like, well, I have no idea what I want, right? Like, this is what everyone's telling me is going to be the trendy thing to do in 2026. So that's what I'm hoping to achieve, right? All those things are legitimate. I just want you to have this tool and this process to be able to sit down and do it with yourself when we're not on this live. Okay. So my goal, like if I'm successful today, it's that you walk away with this process, this exercise, this little like workshop tool you can do with yourself of pulling out your post-it notes and your Sharpies and sitting down and asking yourself these questions. Okay. So you're not going to have all the answers in a minute, but I want you to really stop and think, pick one direction or one goal that truly aligns with who you are, okay? Something that you want because you want it and not because these self-appointed gurus are selling it to you, okay? So I'm going to give everybody a minute to fill that out. And it could be more than one thing, but I just want you to focus on one, okay? So we're going to have a minute for that. Okay. Amazing. And again, you're not going to have all the answers today, and that's okay. I just want you to master this short, little, powerful exercise. Okay. The next post it, you are going to write on the top, not for me. Okay. Not for me at the top of this post it. And on this post it, I want you to write down one shiny object, a temptation, or a program that you are not going to chase this year. Okay, something that you've been pulled into before, but that you know deep down is really not aligned with who you are and what you're trying to build. Okay, so again, you're writing at the top, not for me, and you're going to write down a temptation, a program, a resource, a coach, something that you are constantly being pulled to invest in, but that you know deep down is not going to get you to where you're trying to get to. Okay, and I want you to write that in. We're going to give a minute for that now. Okay, another couple seconds. Okay, amazing. Now, I want you to take both of these sticky notes and I want you to literally hold them up side by side and I want you to look at it. And what you're looking at by doing this is clarity. Okay? This simple act of externalizing your aligned path and your distractions is really powerful. And it's also going to make your next steps a lot more obvious for yourself. Okay? So, your job for 2026 is to act from the first note and to ignore the second. Okay? If anyone has any questions about this, then please write it in the chat because I'm watching the chat. But any questions like technically how to do this or there's when I do this in with a workshop setting, it's a little bit more interactive. So there are questions that come up like, Tamar, how do I know what I should be, doing? How do I know what I should be investing in? Right? It's like, and especially when the data just doesn't feel good. You're looking at it and you're like, I haven't gotten the amount of subscribers that I wanted in the past, whatever, right? You're looking at the business objective goals that you laid out for the quarter before, and you're like, right? It's like it's not where you want it to be. I think that 2020, thinking about 2026, right? Just thinking about the new year in general, right? There's such an opportunity for renewal, for new, for fresh, for reflecting on what's been and now being able to start again, right? To start new. And I think it's really easy to use this opportunity to disregard the work that we've done. And when I say the work that we've done, I don't just mean work that was successful based on the measurements and expectations that we've set on ourselves. right? That's a really important piece to this, is remembering that you need to set the goals and expectations for yourself that are aligned to who you are and to the work that you are building. Okay. I can't tell you how many times I have sat in workshops, in mastermind classes, in interactive webinars this year where people have told me literally what to do. And in the moment, it was like, woohoo, wow. Like, whew, they think I could do this. That's fantastic. But then when I sat down and thought about what it is that I was hoping to accomplish for this year, I was like, yeah, there's no room for that here. That's totally not aligned with anything I'm trying to do or anything I'm trying to accomplish. So while, yes, it's true that I might be able to execute on that great idea, it has nothing to do with what I'm trying to build this year, right? So being able to really set for yourself a direction on where you're hoping to go. Do it for 3 months, do it for 6 months. I mean, I don't know about you, but for me, like setting like specific goals for like the whole year, right? Like, I don't know about you, but like it puts me into like crazy overwhelm, right? Yes, so simple. Okay, I'm so happy. I'm so glad. It's for me, it's like these simple small exercises to do. And by the way, like you could do this with yourself constantly. Like it doesn't just have to be like, okay, it's like the new year, everybody, let's, bring out our, new year resolutions and what are all these grand plans and all these grand, business objective goals and all that, right? So again, usually like, people will ask questions around alignment and understanding, well, what if I don't know who I am? What if I don't know what I'm trying to build, right? And these are all things that obviously take time and like, we're not going to be able to accomplish it in a 20-minute live, but being able to know the exercise and do it with yourself, do it in the beginning of the day. Like, what am I trying to accomplish today? Right? What write it right for yourself on the top to do today and then not to do today, right? This is something that I just use, so often for so many different things. And just getting it out of your head and onto two pieces of paper that you can put side by side and just really see, it just helps make those next steps really obvious. So just remember, as we're going into 2026, you don't need a ton of new programs. I would even venture to say you don't need another program. Okay, but obviously everyone's different and I want to meet everybody where they're at. So just remember, you don't need all of the programs, right? You don't need all that pressure. You just need to have alignment and you need clarity and you need to make decisions that are going to support you and the work that you are trying to build. So thank you for showing up today. Thank you for taking the time to be here. I really hope that this was helpful and practical. If you have any questions, I will definitely stay around for questions. Otherwise, I will wish you all a wonderful day. And let me know if like this is helpful and if you enjoy this. I'm definitely trying to figure out for myself like different ways of being able to connect with people, and just yeah, to connect with my subscribers. I know that like the writing I have an interesting like relationship with writing. On the one hand, I enjoy it. On the other hand, I love doing video, but I also, it's hard for me to do lives when I can't like see people and interact with people because I'm so much about like relationships and like meaningful connection. So I enjoy being able to, give over these things, but I also like wish that I could also see people and, really connect. So um alignment is the word of the hour. It is. It is, Jennifer. I'll send out the replay. But in short, we're talking about the importance of remembering that even with the November, December um uh problem of everybody is selling something and it's at a crazy discount, right? And remembering that all of these incredible discounts and sales don't necessarily align with who you are and what you're trying to build. So a live chat. Okay, this is a good idea. Just remembering that while it's true there are some really fantastic, discounts and sales at this time of year, remembering that it's only a worthwhile sale and investment if it's something that's going to truly help you get to where you're trying to get to, right? So being able to define beforehand who you are, what you're trying to do, what you're trying to build is incredibly helpful and beneficial, because when these shiny objects do come and when these discounts do present themselves and the sense of urgency, right, comes up, you are able to go back to your paper to ground yourself and to say, 1 second, this is what I've committed to. This is what I'm doing. This is what I'm building. This is who I am. Does this program, does this self-appointed guru, does this coach, does this resource, does this training or, whatever it is, does that fit into this picture that I've created? And if it does, Wonderful. You've got yourself an awesome sale and discount. But if it doesn't, you've also just made a tremendous investment in yourself and in your business because you acted from a place of clarity and alignment. So that's for today. I hope you all enjoyed. Let me know in the comments below what was the most practical, useful thing that you're walking away with. And if I don't speak to you before, happy holidays, happy new year, and yeah, have an awesome rest of your week. Talk to you later.